So follow this approach, a very simple approach, again nothing complex. And even though मेरे पास शाम को enough time होता था, but I still prefer to wake up early in the morning to study between this chunk from 5 to 7:30. हर दिन आप कुछ ना कुछ नया पढ़ रहे हो, you are studying something new, you are picking a grammar topic. अब यहाँ पे जो 6 to 10 PM वाला देखो 4 घंटे हैं आपके पास, easily 3 से 4 घंटे हैं. अगर हम cooking time निकाल भी दें तो भी आपके पास 3 घंटे होंगे और पढ़ने के. Whenever you have a break at work, what you are doing is you are revising. Peer won't say ki okay, this person did not study on Saturday, Sunday, so we'll wait a little bit for him. In the morning itself, I would say do some speaking practice. Okay everybody, welcome to this video. So today we are going to talk about how to learn French with the busy schedule. If you are working, I know you are right now in Canada, काम के कारण क्या होता है कि you're not able to properly focus on French. कभी कभी सुबह पढ़ना चाहते हो but टाइम नहीं लग पाता, शाम को पढ़ना चाहते हो फिर थक बहुत जाते हो, then also आपके पास टाइम नहीं होता. So आज हम बात करेंगे कि what to study and how to study if you are a busy person in Canada. Obviously everybody is busy, but if you're working plus studying, it becomes very difficult to manage your schedule and specifically study French. ठीक है, तो आज हम उसकी बात करेंगे. आज I have my pen and this thing with me. I want to show this because I was watching one of my previous videos. उसमें I used to write and explain it like this, and I feel like this is better because it helps me explain properly as well, and also it keeps the video. I don't have to do extra editing and stuff, so that keeps it easy. What I'm going to tell you is how I used to do it. Okay, when I was learning French, जब मैं work permit पे था, I was working full time as well. At a point, I was also working about 45 to 50 hours. Okay, I was working about 45 to 50 hours per week, and plus I was trying to study French for 20 hours per week. Okay, honestly, if you are doing this, then it is not possible to properly learn French. ठीक है, because if you want to learn French, you need to make sure that you're not working more than 40 hours. Okay, if you're working more than 40 hours, if you're working close to 45, 50 or 60 hours, then you expect कि भाई मैं French सीख लूँ साथ के साथ, वो नहीं होगा. That's just not going to happen. You have to make sure that you are not working too much. A sweet spot is 40 hours. Okay, more than 40 hours it becomes very difficult to continue French. अब मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि आप सीख ही नहीं सकते, सीख सकते हो, बट उसमें फिर टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा लगेगा. वाई? बिकॉज यू ओनली हैव अ लिमिटेड टाइम इन योर होल डे. हमारे पास कितने 16 आवर्स होते हैं इन विच वी आर अवेक, और अगर उसमें से आपका 9 to 10 आवर्स अगर हम वर्क प्लस कम्यूट पे लगा लें, और अगर वो 7 days अ वीक चलेगा, विच ब्रिंग्स अबाउट 50 आवर्स पर वीक, अगर उतना ही कम्यूट प्लस वर्क में आपका टाइम जा रहा है, देन फ्रेंच के लिए आपके पास टाइम ही कब बचेगा. ओके, बिकॉज अगर हमारा 10 आवर इसमें जा रहा है, 2 आवर चोर्स वगैरह में जा रहा है, इधर उधर और भी थोड़ा टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है. इट्स टेक्निकली नॉट पॉसिबल टू स्टडी फ्रेंच विद एफिशिएंसी, बिकॉज उसमें नाउ वी हैव वर्कड, हमारी वर्क के कारण हमारी ब्रेन की एफिशिएंसी भी कम हो जाती है. सो यू कांट रियली लर्न फ्रेंच दैट वेल. सो इट्स ऑलवेज रिकमेंडेड कि डायल डाउन योर आवर्स. अगर आप फुल टाइम वर्क कर रहे हो, मैं वो आपको काम छोड़ने की बात नहीं कर रहा, बट मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ कि यू नीड टू, इफ यू आर वर्किंग फुल टाइम वर्क प्लस यू ऑल्सो हैव अ पार्ट टाइम गिग और पार्ट टाइम जॉब, that is something which you can stop right now. Why? Because that will give you ample amount of time to relax as well as study properly, because the last thing you want is study tired, because if you're studying tired, then your mind won't be really into it, and you'll get fatigued very quickly and you will quit learning French. So that's why I want that you are properly investing time into French learning on weekly basis as well. So if you want to see the results soon, about 24 hours of French practice on weekly basis is perfect, which is equal to about 3 to 4 hours of learning. It's a lot, but it's a great pace. Okay, if you want to learn French in about 10 to 11 months and clear the exam, this is the perfect pace. All right, so the thing is कि we have this day in front of us, we have this week in front of us, how to study and when to study. देखो, what I have done is कि I have made a slot जो हमारा दिन में सबसे ज़्यादा बिजी होता है और जो हमारे पास अवेलेबल रहता है. This is the first slot which usually no one is working at that slot. Now, yeah, there may be some people those who are working late shifts, or some people those who are working early morning shifts. So मैं वैसे बात नहीं कर रहा, but I'm just like generally talking about this right now. Generally, this is the slot available to us, and this is the most peaceful slot. Why? Because this is where, if you are able to wake up in the morning and learn French at that time, this is one of the best times to learn French. क्योंकि मैंने भी किया हुआ है. There was a time when I used to work from 8 to about 3 o'clock. एंड इवन दो मेरे पास शाम को इनफ टाइम होता था, बट आई स्टिल प्रेफर टू वेक अप अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग टू स्टडी बिटवीन दिस चंक फ्रॉम 5 to 7:30. ठीक है, फिर 7:30 के बाद आई यूज्ड टू गो टू वर्क. ये जो 5 से 7:30 का टाइम है ना, इसमें आप जितना प्रोग्रेस करोगे, जो इन 2 आवर्स में 1.5 2 आवर्स में प्रोग्रेस करोगे, वो शाम के सेम आवर्स में नहीं हो सकता. ओके, सो वेरी वेरी यूजफुल दैट यू आर ट्राइंग कि ये वाला तो आपका एक एटलीस्ट 1.5 आवर पे यहाँ कहीं ना कहीं निकालो रेगुलर बेसिस पे. ठीक है, एंड देन इफ यू हैव अ वर्क ऑब्वियसली फ्रॉम 8 to 5 PM or around 6 PM you will be busy at your work over here. So यहाँ पे तो हम ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, but still if possible give some chunk in your break, because देखो आपको ब्रेक तो मिलेगी ही, और अब ब्रेक पे श्योर eat, ठीक है, and don't study French if you are not that serious, but if you are serious you can eat, but while eating you can watch simple French videos और simple French listening audios. वो भी मैं अभी आने वाली वीडियो में, यही वीडियो में आगे बात करूँगा. वो हम प्रॉपर बात करेंगे कि क्या क्या सुबह पढ़ना है, क्या क्या शाम को पढ़ना है, बट अभी मैं आपको स्लॉट्स बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ सो दैट यू नो कि आपके पास दिन में कितना टाइम होता है. ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर आप देखो, अगर यहाँ पे आप 8 to 5 अगर आप काम भी कर रहे हो, लेट्स से अगर आप 9 आवर्स टोटल आपका काम की ओर जा रहा है, तो 16 - 9 आपके पास स्टिल 7 आवर्स अवेलेबल हैं. ओके, सो इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल टू से कि ओ मेरे पास आई वर्क फुल टाइम, मेरे पास फ्रेंच पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं होता. यू जस्ट डो नॉट नो कि आपका टाइम जा कहाँ रहा है. इंस्टाग्राम अनइंस्टॉल कर दो. ठीक है, इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ योर एनर्जी, इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ योर, आपका माइंड बहुत डाइवर्ट होता है. श्योर, अब ये नहीं आप कह सकते कि नहीं मैं तो फ्रेंच के रील्स देखता हूँ. नो, यू विल गेट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड, क्योंकि आपको सिर्फ 24 घंटे फ्रेंच के रील्स तो आते नहीं रहेंगे, दूसरे रील्स भी आएंगे. सो यू जस्ट हैव टू अनइंस्टॉल इंस्टाग्राम. सो दिस इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड देन ये जो नेक्स्ट आपके पास एक स्लॉट है, ये 6 to 10 PM का, ये ऐसा स्लॉट है जहाँ पे आपका थोड़ा फटीग बिल्डअप हो गया होगा, बट यू कैन स्टिल डू इनफ प्रैक्टिस. ये ज़्यादा हम रखेंगे रिविजन एंड रिविजन एंड कंजम्पशन बेस्ड, वेरेज जो फर्स्ट स्लॉट है ये हम ज़्यादा रखेंगे, दिस विल बी मोर फॉर लर्निंग बेस्ड. व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बोथ? पहला ये जो स्लॉट है, जो सुबह सुबह आप रोज़ उठ के पढ़ोगे, लर्निंग बेस्ड, दैट मीन्स कि यहाँ पे आप हर दिन आप कुछ ना कुछ नया पढ़ रहे हो. यू आर स्टडिंग समथिंग न्यू, यू आर पिकिंग अ ग्रामर टॉपिक. इफ यू आर अ फ्रेंचिफाई स्टूडेंट देन यू नो व्हाट टू डू. ओके, यू आर जस्ट डूइंग इट इन द मॉर्निंग, यू आर पिकिंग दैट ग्रामर टॉपिक फ्रॉम द प्रोग्राम एंड यू आर स्टडिंग दैट इन द मॉर्निंग. व्हाट टू डू नाउ? In the morning, you always, freshen up, have a coffee, and then start with grammar. Okay, start a new topic if other topics, if you have done topic earlier already. The routine that I'm telling right now, this is for beginner. Okay, if you are someone who's intermediate or advanced, this routine won't work for you. But I'll be creating a video for you as well. But these are specifically for beginners. Wake up and start with a grammatical concept. Make sure to follow my YouTube playlist. वहाँ पे आपको grammar topics क्या क्या करने हैं वो सब step by step मिल जाएगा, और वहीं से आप lectures देख सकते हो. Once you are done watching that lecture, you open the same exercise and practice that exercise from complete French grammar book. और जितना हम हार्ड वर्क मॉर्निंग में करते हैं, इट मेक्स अस रिटेन मोर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग. क्योंकि अगर आप शाम को ग्रामर करने का ट्राई करोगे ना, विल बी लाइक कि नो, दिस इज नॉट गोना हैपन. ओके, सो टू डू ग्रामर इन द मॉर्निंग 1.5 hour, दैट वुड बी गुड इनफ. नाउ यू गो ऑन टू योर वर्क. ठीक है, काम कर लिया, देयर वाज अ ब्रेक. आज चलो अभी मंडे को कुछ नहीं किया, बट वंस यू केम होम, अब यहाँ पे जो 6 to 10 PM वाला, देखो 4 घंटे हैं आपके पास. ठीक है, 4 इजीली 3 से 4 घंटे हैं. अगर हम कुकिंग टाइम निकाल भी दें तो भी आपके पास 3 घंटे होंगे और पढ़ने के. सो व्हाट यू विल डू इज, इन द फर्स्ट 20% ऑफ दिस टाइम यू आर रिवाइजिंग द ग्रामर टॉपिक दैट यू स्टडीड इन द मॉर्निंग. ठीक है, फिर यू आर क्रिएटिंग न्यू सेंटेंसेज यूजिंग दैट सेम टॉपिक. Okay, so for example, let's say you covered être verb. What is être? Être is to be something. Okay, so now you start creating sentences and you start reading basic paragraphs. Okay, so what to do while you are reading and listening? You can go on to Fabulong. Okay, a very good resource. You can use others as well. You can use Edito A1, Edito A2 as well. That is also great. But just for simple reading stories for beginners, you can go to Fabulong, this website. And on this website, you will find these A1 level readings. Un scénario brilliant. In the beginning, it will feel difficult. Okay, but what you have to do is you have to make sure that you have Reverso installed as well on your device, and just select a word, do the Reverso, and understand its meaning and move forward. Okay, so this is the basically whole idea. You are just doing reading and listening practice in the evening. That's all. Okay, reading and listening practice in the evening, majority of grammar coverage in the morning. Please note that I'm showing this resource just to give you guys a demo on how to practice your reading. If you're a complete beginner, Fabulong will be very, very difficult. Okay, so start with something very basic. Start with Frenchify podcasts, because over there you will be able to do listening as well as reading at the same time. So that is something which is very, very useful. Frenchify podcast, I'm putting the screenshot over there. Make sure to use this, listen. While you're listening, pause the video, read the subtitles properly, understand the meaning properly in English, and then you write all the vocabulary that you have learned, and then move forward with Frenchify podcast. Once you do 8 to 10 Frenchify podcast videos, then you can start doing Edito A1 for reading and listening practice as well, to build more basic A1 level language. Fabulong will be more useful once you have learned language for about a month or two. Okay, and this is something which you can repeat on regular basis. Okay, on regular basis. So Tuesday as well. Now what is going to happen on Tuesday morning? You start a newer grammar topic. Okay, obviously you can also revise yesterday's grammar topic as well. So it's not like okay, when you are on the next day, you're doing nothing for the last day. You're revising previous stuff as well, and then you start the new topic. You cover a new topic over here. Now whenever you have a break at work, what you're doing is you're revising the vocabulary, expressions of reading and listening that you consumed yesterday evening. So 30 minutes, just a quick revision that will help you to retain that vocabulary. Otherwise, if you do not study this vocabulary again tomorrow, you'll forget it. Once you're in the evening, you can continue same, or you can take a new reading and a new listening topic, or the video and the paragraph, and practice that. Okay, so mornings are going for grammar and evenings are going for reading and listening. But if you feel like your grammar is lagging behind a little bit, you are not, it takes a lot of time and you're not becoming quick in grammar, it's very slow, then you can also do grammar a little bit over here. See, please understand that there are no rules. Try not to take everything as a rule. Oh, Vyom told me to do this, so I will only do this. That's not the case. You don't have to take the word as like holy grail. You can change things according to you, what fits best for you. Okay, and the goal is always to study 7 days a week. Please do not study 5 days a week. When Vyom says ki learn French every day, does it mean 5 days a week? No. PR won't say ki this person did not study on Saturday, Sunday, so we'll wait a little bit for him. No, PR is just going to go away if you do not learn French. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, actually you have more time. Okay, so if you're just working full time, now this is where you do double or triple the work. Okay, so all the work that you were doing over here in terms of grammar, you do that over here. Okay, but more. All the work that you were doing on these days in terms of reading and listening, you do, but more. Alright, so study the whole day if you can. Now, this is one simple way to follow your routine. Why I have taken this time slot is because most people work between 9 to 5s, okay, or 8 to 5s. They don't work like early or late shifts. That is why this applies for everybody. But if you're someone who works late night or who works early mornings and then have evenings free, the methodology is same for you as well. Okay, then what will happen is both of these chunks for you, they will be together. Okay, now let's say if you're someone who works late at night, okay, you have this much chunk which goes to your work. Okay, but this time is available for you to study in the morning. So do grammar first and then do reading and listening practice. Call it your day. Or if you're working in the morning, vice versa. In the evening, you start with grammar and then you do reading and listening and wrap it up. One more thing I want to say, please do not count your hours. Study as much as you can. You shouldn't be stopping your French study if the 3 hours are done, but you had more time. Okay, if you had more time, study more. Very simple, because the thing is, when you start counting hours, you are wasting the time that you have free with you. Okay, so let's say if you had 6 hours to study in a whole day, but you were done in 3 hours. So what? Okay, study 3 more hours. You actually are completing tomorrow's work today. Okay, so this way you'll be able to learn French as soon as you possibly can and get your permanent residency, clear your TEF exam. Okay, so follow this approach, a very simple approach. Again, nothing complex. Grammar, reading, listening, these are for complete beginners. Okay, now once you start going a little bit on higher level, obviously the usage of grammar or the practice of grammar will reduce a little bit, because you will start understanding the overall grammar. Okay, then what you should do, now I'll quickly explain that as well, ki if you're somewhere around A2 B1, okay, then if this is your day, this is the time slot that you're working in, This is the time slot that you're working in. You have morning and you have a little bit of evening. Now what you do is, sure, you completed a little bit of grammar, and now in the morning itself, I would say do some speaking practice. Okay, speaking to yourself, all right, or perhaps with a partner. You and your friend are doing speaking practice together, then you can do it in the evening. Otherwise, if you both can wake up in the morning and do, it's even better. Okay, and then evening you can keep it for reading and listening practice. Or if you prefer to do reading in the morning because it's very quiet and it's very peaceful, do reading over here and then do listening and speaking in the evening. So again, there are no rules. You can change things according to you, what fits the best for you, as long as you are studying something. Okay, the main thing is to get done with the tasks. Okay, so if you follow this approach, you will be fine. If you want to properly start learning French and learn French in a proper methodology and in a proper structure, reach out to Frenchify with Vyom. See you in the next video. Au revoir.